it's Camille from Camilleiam. Caramel is one of my favorite things to eat and make during fall. There's caramel apples and regular caramel, but if you've ever made homemade caramel, you know that it's really time consuming and you have to sit there and stir it and it makes your arm all tired, and you also have to watch and make sure that the sugar doesn't burn to the bottom. But my mom and I started making this other caramel a couple years ago and giving it out to our neighbors, and it is so awesome because it only takes about 5 minutes to make in the microwave. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this caramel and a couple variations of it. I'm going to be making the plain caramel, some cinnamon caramel, and some black licorice caramel. Don't worry if you don't like black licorice, you'll have to try this out because I usually don't like black licorice, but I think that this caramel is really good. But before we start the video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below letting me know if you're gonna try out any of these caramels for yourself, and let's get onto the video. The things you will need are a half a cup of butter, a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of sweetened condensed milk, a half a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of corn syrup, and a teaspoon of vanilla. First, we're gonna have to melt the half a cup of butter and then pour it into a microwave-safe bowl. Then add the white sugar, the brown sugar, the sweetened condensed milk, and the corn syrup. Then you're just going to stir that until it's mixed thoroughly. Once it's all mixed, you're going to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Once that's done, you're going to take it out of the microwave and stir it until it's smooth again. Then you're going to put it back in the microwave for another 2 minutes and 15 seconds. While it's cooking, it's always good to prepare your pan that you're going to pour it in when it's done. So I'm just taking an 8x8 glass pan and greasing it with a stick of butter, making sure to get the whole bottom and the sides so that the caramel doesn't stick to it. Once the caramel has been in the microwave for another 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you're gonna take it back out of the microwave and stir it until it's smooth. Now you're gonna put it back in the microwave one last time for 2 minutes. Once that's done, you're gonna take it out of the microwave and stir it a little bit, and then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla and mix that until combined. With your greased baking pan, you're going to pour the caramel in and put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours. So while the regular caramel is setting up, I'm going to teach you how to make some cinnamon caramel. This is also super easy. All you have to do is add in the exact same ingredients that you added for the regular caramel and microwave it 3 times, twice for 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and then once for 2 minutes. And then at the very end, you're going to add in your vanilla just like you did on the other caramel. The 2 things that we're gonna do different for the cinnamon caramel is add cinnamon oil. So I'm adding a half a teaspoon of cinnamon oil into my caramel and mixing that up. Then we're gonna also add some red food coloring to give it a nice cinnamon color. Once that's all mixed up and it's the color that you want it to be, you're going to pour it into another greased baking dish and put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours. For the third caramel, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a black licorice caramel, and don't worry, like I said before, if you don't like black licorice, you have to try this because I think it's super delicious. But what you're gonna do is the exact same thing that you did with the other 2 caramels, adding all the ingredients and then microwaving it 3 times. And this time I'm adding anise oil. I'm adding a half a teaspoon of anise oil and mixing that into my caramel. I'm also going to be adding in some black food coloring to give it a nice black licorice color. When it's all mixed up, pour it into another greased baking dish and put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours. I think this black licorice caramel is perfect for Halloween because of its black color. It's the perfect blend of spooky and delicious. Here are all 3 of the caramel flavors after they've been in the fridge for 2 hours, and now I'm setting them out so that they can soften up a little bit so that they're not too hard to cut. After they have softened up a little bit, I'm taking a metal spatula and cutting them into individual pieces. I was able to cut each pan of caramel into about 50 squares. I'm also going to be wrapping them in some candy paper. I've seen this sold at craft stores and grocery stores. The candy papers make it really easy to store or to give as a gift. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make all of these caramels. If you tried these out, let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. And also check out my social media, which will be linked in the description below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!